Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to the video. This is another paid request, this time from DarkMetalSpider. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, topics, reactions, tier lists, re-reviews, reviews, commenters, what have you, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And you wanted me to do a commentary on Son of Blob, which is also known as Beware the Blob. Now, it's been a while since I've seen this film, so it will be like watching it for the first time, but I will do my best. Thank you once again, DarkMetalSpider. Hope you enjoy. It is on YouTube for those who want to watch along. But 3, 2, 1, pressing play. So yeah, Beware the Blob. Jack H. Harris Enterprises. Jack Harris worked and was a big part of the original Blob, at least to the point he owns it, and he wanted to do a sequel for a while. I know that, and ultimately it came out to this. I do remember this such a weird music and opening. It's just fields and a kitten and like such a weird musical choice. I just don't understand the reason for why it opens this way. Like, all these shots of the kitten out in the grass, and it's like a weird kaleidoscope circus music, but then mixed in with people screaming. But then it's like someone's tripping acid while the fucking music is playing. Kitten is cute, which of course, maybe that's his point, the director Larry Hagman, is you have this cute kitten, maybe to endear audiences, and then, we're just going to kill the kitten. Which, come on, don't kill the pussy. Don't hurt the pussy. Don't kill the kitten. But they did, so. It's another reason why I remember not being a fan of the movie, is them doing that. What is this? You can kill whatever people you want, but don't kill animals. Of course, not in real life they did, but come on, it's like a cute kitten, and then that's like one of the first things it kills. It's like, oh man, fuck you, movie. Fuck you, movie. Mort Garson. Yeah, what the hell was the whole idea behind this fucking music? It just did random shots of a kitten. Dean Cundy, there you go, Dean Cundy, that name. Of course, he would go on to be a director of photography for many John Carpenter films, The Thing, Halloween. He was also working with Steven Spielberg. And Larry Hagman, I think this is before he did Dallas. Wasn't Dallas the late 70s? Because this was like 71. It came out 72, but I think they were filming in like 70, 71. It's supposed to come out in 71, but ultimately came out 72. And Larry Hagman, for those who don't know, he would be JR on the TV show Dallas. And there was that cultural bit for a while. Who shot JR? Who shot JR? And people forget just how fucking humongous that whole thing was. So this actor was a stand-up comedian, I know that, and his name is Godfrey Cambridge. I know he was in a film that I've seen the trailers to a lot on those trailer compilations, Cotton Comes to Harlem. But he was a stand-up comedian in the era of Bill Cosby and things of that nature. So this is the connection to the original, where at the end of the original film, they froze the blob and they took it to, what, Antarctica. So apparently this guy works in like the pipeline or something and found this and decided to just bring it back. I mean, I don't know if this was just. I guess maybe this is the kind of the point. It's meant to be funny, but it's also meant to be steery, and maybe that's what Larry Hagman was coming from with the whole thing. But just, no, it didn't quite work out. Let's see, I'm trying to think of who this lady's name is. I think Marlene Clark is her name. And the lid just pops off, I guess. Just... Okay, she played Lamont's girlfriend on Sanford and Son. And he decides to go camping in his own living room. And it's like, well, why? I guess just because... I don't know, it's meant to be funny. That's what it is, meant to be funny. But this film gets like a 4.79 to be. For what little I remember, I can see why. How much fucking beer do you have in this like giant suitcase? Because that's the tin from the opening. And don't be an early victim, which I'm not. I don't like that. Homie, don't play that shit. Yeah, who you talking to, lady? You like giving this big monologue. Who the fuck you talking to? Sorry. Yeah, even this Ted doesn't want to be in the fucking movie. So I don't want to be in this fucking movie, man. Get me the hell out of here. That fly looks like it was moved on a damn string. Probably was. That tin's definitely hungry. You tell they shot. Look how the camera's shaking. You tell it's like, hey, look what the kid's doing. Get this, get this. So did they just kill a fly there? Did that fly look? It was really moving, and then it just was sucked in. Unless they filmed in reverse where it went out, but I know it's like, well, what does it matter, Matt? It's a fly. I know. I just for me, it's like if it's in my vicinity, in my home, intruder. If it's an intruder in my home, then no holds barred. If it's off doing its own thing, you leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. That's kind of how I look at it. As strange as that is. You got all these cans of beer. Why are you drinking out of this shit? Why you just drink it out of the can instead of drinking out of this? Looks like enough fizz, someone pissed in it. By the way, I think both these characters die, so don't get too used to them. There's always room for Jello. Yeah, even that tin's like, what the fuck is this shit? That's obviously a fake cat they used. What the fuck kind of... I really like that thing. Oh, he's don't have the TV up loud. That's why he doesn't hear her die. Oh, and she's going outside too. Apparently the budget here was 150,000. I'm like, how? The fuck is she doing with the broom? What the fuck's the rake gonna do? You don't rake the cat? What the fuck are you doing using a rake? Are you gonna rake the cat's face? Rake his back? Of course, the original. There you go. That damn Chester, not paying attention. So it says here, Larry Hagman previously directed episodes of I Dream of Jeannie and The Good Life and went on to do the same for later episodes of Dallas. And even episodes In the Heat of the Night. This is his only feature film as a director. Larry Hagman recruited friends from the motion picture industry, some who were his neighbors in Malibu, California, including Burgess Meredith, Mickey from Rocky, among others. Began filming in the spring of 1971 on the property of a horse stable and ranch home in Diamond Bar, California, as well as Pomona, California. The finale at the bowling alley and ice skating rink was filmed in 2 separate locations. The former Grand Central Bowl in Glendale, California, stood in for the bowling alley. And it was filmed as Jad Rabbit Slims in Pulp Fiction. I think maybe the outer portion. While the ice skating rink scenes were filmed at the former Rollerdrome in Culver City, California, prior to the building being torn down in August 1971 to make ready for Tellefsen Park. The blob here was created from a red dyed powder blended with water to form the desired consistency. The blob was alternately created from other materials such as a large red plastic balloon, semi-transparent red plastic, sheeting illuminated with a backlight, and a large rotating red drum of hard red silicone placed in front of the camera lens. It was released June 1972 to capitalize on the summer movie and drive-in theater audience. Renamed the movie from Beware the Blob to Son of Blob, and some marked this as a test title. Yeah, this is before Dallas, because that was 1978. Larry Hagman would become more famous because of that JR character. Now, the Scoutmaster is Dick Van Patten. I remember him from Spaceballs. Uh, he was the teen in Spaceballs. Now, it's so weird. This is a sequel to The Blob, but he's watching The Blob. So obviously, this is a film not to be taken seriously. And I'm guessing that's the whole point Larry Hagman was going for. Because again, it's a sequel to The Blob, but he's watching The Blob. That really does look like some type of molasses or syrup. Don't sit down, little hot seat. The Blob's like, I don't want to touch that ass. Blob's like, I'm not gonna go for it. I'm not gonna touch that ass. You come towards me. Back that ass up. Lisa Clark. So this is Gwen Guilford and the truck here. A shitty flower that's going to give her. It's weeds. Not even a fucking flower. It's fucking weeds. It's more stick than flower. So Gwen Guilford. She was in Fade to Black. She was in Satan's School for Girls. Is that who I think it is? Let me look real quick. She does look familiar. Did she play the mom Courtney Cox sees in Masters Universe? Like when she's showing her mom or such, and she gets faked out by the bad guys. Let's see. I think that might be the case. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, she played the mom. Do you ever see what's going on? There you go. So she enters the room, right? She sees all the slime right up to here, and her first reaction is, Chester. Chester, what's wrong? Chester? And then it's like, I'm like, lady, as soon as you enter, you see this red blob slime right up to his face here. Like, it took you that long to realize something fucked up is going on? Oh no, my groceries. Yeah, the whole film is made of jackasses. God forbid I ask this, but we're about 20 minutes in. Who is our main character? We have an hour and 8 minutes left. We're 18 minutes in. Who's the main character? You know what's also great? Oh, thankfully it's gone. Let's have an annoying twacking sound. The set will cut heads off. I'm not kidding. I'm thinking of Tremors. I think this might be our lead guy, Robert Walker. Which I'm not too familiar with him and what other stuff he's done. I think he was an easy writer. You know, the music I was trying to sound tense and stuff, but I'm not really feeling it. I don't know why. Maybe this guy you nonchalantly leaning against the damn truck. Yeah, dude, walk right in front of the moving truck, and then you wave. Ha ha ha. Thank you. Throw that shit in the garbage. I never want to hear those clacking balls at the end. Break them, throw them on the ground. Okay, everybody has these stupid fucking things. Fuck that shit. What was this, like a new phase that was going on, that all kids had these things? Obviously before my times, I was away from that phase, thankfully. I don't blame them. That is an annoying fucking noise for the audience. No one's gonna notice the toilet paper? I guess the hope of the toilet paper get burnt up. Well, I mean, I was gonna say hit and run. Yeah, that cop is really in a hurry. This guy's like, what's this crazy bitch talking about now? If I'm gonna take her and I'm gonna put her in the truck and we'll have some fun because you put me on this bullshit, middle of nowhere horse shit. I don't like this stuff. I mean, the original Blob, like I said, I've never been a fan of. The Blob I'm a fan of is the 1988 one, which is near my shoulder here, above my shoulder, right here. Which I don't know if you can see, because there'd probably be a poster hiding it, but if there's a poster behind it, there's a laser disc of the Blob from 1988, because I think that's the only good Blob film. Because it not only better special effects, but better characters, better dialogue, better pacing, better action, better humor, and everything in between. It took a silly idea of the Blob and made it a vicious, alive alien with, again, likable characters, exciting set pieces. While here, I mean, ain't much of shit. I'm sure Larry Hadman did this because he thought, well, not that I think he would. I doubt he thought this would be a good movie, but he thought, I'm sure it'd be a successful movie. And people look at your successes. If you're a successful movie, then maybe you're offered more directing jobs. Hey, this guy can make a movie and it's become a hit. Let's give him one or two or three more chances. So hopefully he will give us more hits. But this film, I don't think did much of anything. Can't say I'm surprised. The Blob versus the Hippies. Why did she almost look like she was laughing instead of supposed to be crying? Yeah, come over to my car. That will reveal now. Well, barely don't reveal now. Yeah, I wonder if cocaine was another was a big portion of this movie. Almost looks like Weird Al Yankovic. What? So this is Randy Stonehill as Randy the guitar player. He performed the unreleased song Captain Coke. So I mean, he was a singer and he released albums quite a bit throughout the years. Folk rock in the style of James Taylor. Larry Hadman, I was going to say, you don't give us the other way, the other shot? On your head, as if you don't know, for sure. To put. So what is behind these two cops? They look like windows. But then there's just like a pipe to the sewers. What is that behind them? Like behind them, it looks like windows or something. What the fuck is that supposed to be? Okay, this is... Uh-oh. You're coming real slow so the blob can drop on 3. A whole lot of love. I would assume the two just ran off in the other direction and escaped, and weren't stupid enough to just stand there and wait for the blob to slowly go towards them and kill them, but with this movie you never know. You couldn't say this over the CB radio? But I just left this guy. Okay, now you go in your car, you go right back to where you just came from. Is that we need this top to get away because we can't have two tops there. Whatever. Is that the Captain Coat guy? Nope, I'm a dentist. Nope, I'm a car mechanic. A hair sculpt, okay. So I guess this guy is Shelley Berman, who played Larry David's father on Curb Your Enthusiasm. And what the fuck is going on? So this guy must be so high on drugs or something, he's accepting to pay, what, $400 for a fucking haircut? How much fucking acid did you take, dude? So yeah, sucker here is fucking stupid. You think you should be looking at the camera, dude? You think that would be the best thing to do? Just saying. Yeah, I don't think that's the best thing to do. The exciting tales of the hair sculptor. The fuck, man. Ah, there's the blob. So the guy, like, he doesn't pay attention. One look, you would see the whole fucking thing is filled with red and blob. He's like, oh shit. The fuck? Oh my god. Hmm. Maybe you two kids are on a trip or something. I don't know, and I don't care. Well, I mean, when you look at these kids, I just be surprised. You would think they're on a fucking trip. Yeah, trip to the fucking Twilight Zone is where they're at, man. God damn. Sheriff's like, buddy, you don't leave me the fuck alone. I'm gonna throw you in the tube of toothpaste, squeeze you into there, and flush you down the toilet. Get the fuck out of my face. An avocado sandwich with no bacon. Again, part of that humor, I guess, of the movie. What the fuck is this? Why is the dog going near the thing? Okay. Some random overweight naked guy in a tub. I don't know what the hell. Russian or something? Is that Russian or German? Russian? That's Vidania. I mean, if nothing else, it's clearly showcased meant to be just a flat out comedy, parody, spoof, however you want to call it, of the Blob. That's meant to be. I mean, you got a guy running bare ass naked. Yeah, a bunch of more hippies bullshit. I don't sound like fucking Eric Cartman from South Park. The hippies. The guy's like, "Don't drop me, motherfuckers! Don't drop me! Don't drop me, goddammit!" Damn, no, some tight shirts here. Some really tight shirts. No one is going to believe you. Tiger Joe Marsh as Naked Turk. That was in the credits here. Again, anytime you see a monster, don't try to tell people. They're not going to fucking believe you. Unless you have concrete evidence, photographic evidence, something like that nature. Tiger Joe Marsh was a professional wrestler. 1911 to 1989 was his life. Okay. So that guy was a wrestler. So I'm not saying much. I'm saying, like, what am I supposed to say? Some whatever party. A guy in an ape suit. And a bunch of hippies. Hippy dippy doo time, hippy dippy day. What's the matter? She just told you she saw someone get killed. You're like, hey baby, what's the matter? Take a fucking guess. She thinks she saw someone die. And you're acting nonchalant as shit. Like, this is our lead character? This is the guy we're supposed to give a shit about? A girl that's just frazzled and a guy that's been barely a thing? That guy in the ape suit, that's Derek Graham. Derek Graham, who was in Phantom of the Paradise. She was Derek Graham here. That was Bud in Chud 2, Bud the Chud. He played the guy Bud. He was also the technician, one of the early victims of the robots in Choppy Mall, which is a fun movie. Like, that's a movie that's fun, has a sense of humor, and much more entertaining movie compared to this. There's just nothing going on with this. As a comedy, it's not that funny. Even as a cameo fest, there's a lot of these folks. A lot of people, me and others, wouldn't know who the hell they are. Okay, Sheriff, being dick. So I'm the sheriff and you're the deputy. Okay, Deputy Do-Right, why don't you do something and fix the shit? That deputy might be J.J. Johnston. I'm not sure, though. I hope the Blob eats this guy. Please let the Blob eat this guy. Please, Bob the Blob. Maybe that point of view showcases it. Okay, there's that weird point of view from the side that looked like maybe it was a Blob's point of view or something, but apparently no. These three guys. We got Burgess Meredith on the right there. Actually, that deputy might be Rodney Tartington, actually, but... So we have Burgess Meredith, who is in Rocky as the manager Mitty. We have the guy in the middle with a beard. That's the director Larry Hagman, who would be JR in Dallas. Now that guy on the left with the cowboy hat and the eye patch, that is Del Close. Yeah, if that name's familiar, that guy with the eye patch, he would be the Reverend in this Blob, the 1988 movie. The Reverend that got on fire, and he sets up the sequel bait ending, "The Lord will give me a sign." That's Del Close, and that's this guy with the eye patch. So, these three homeless hobos. So yeah, there's Larry Hagman getting up. Wonder if that's how he was as director every day. Okay, yes, I guess I'll get up and do something. I just want to sit here and drink while you guys just do whatever the fuck you want. Again, this obsession with these fucking clackers. I don't know what the deal is. Must have been a new thing at the time. New fad or something. There's another person who has this fucking clackers thing. So why are you going towards it? So Del Close with the eye patch thinks that you see a blob and the best thing to do is stab it with a pitchfork. And Burgess Meredith does his throwing stuff and Larry does with his tongue. My God, man. I just, hey, Burgess Meredith, do something silly because this is a comedy. with like ton to the side. Like, what the fuck, dude? My God, man. What in the fuck? Seriously, what in the fuck? Yes, please shut up about the avocado sandwiches. Don't give a fuck about your avocado sandwiches, dude. My God, man. How about the avocado sandwiches, huh? Gives a shit. Is the blob going to eat the kids too? It says here that the police officer got killed in the storm drain was Sid Haig. Was that Sid Haig? If so, I didn't recognize him. From who's passed away, but from the Devil's Rejects and House of a Thousand Corpses and such. Yeah, the blob kills a police officer, 2 hippies. So I guess those hippies are supposed to be dead. I don't know why the fuck they would just stare and stand instead of running the opposite direction down the storm drain, but so far we haven't seen them again, so I guess we're supposed to think they died, which is pretty stupid. A barber and his client, 3 hobos. Off camera, people in a gas station, a bar, and various townspeople turned up missing. Up there's the blob. There you go. I would assume Larry Hagman did this because he thought, okay, it'll be one of those drive-in movies like Back to the Day where you had these 50s movies where these crazy monster movies that people go and check it out. And I don't know if this type of stuff was really in style by the time of 1972, though, compared to how it was in the 50s. That's why you always need AC in your cars. Always have ACs in your car. They'll save your life. That type of car looks to be part of wacky races. That's really Dune Buddy. I think that's the best way to put it. So, like the other films in the 70s, like you had Blood Freak, Blackula, The Cannibal Man. It's a thriller, Deliverance. Horror Express with Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee, Legend of Body Treat, The Man from Deep River, which is a cannibal movie, The Night Stalker with Darren McGavin, which I enjoy that film. And when was The Exorcist? What year? That was 73. So think about this. A year after you have The Exorcist, you don't have The Omen, you don't have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And it was a 1974? Yeah, 74. I think that's what I was getting at is as you get into the 70s, you're seeing a different guard in terms of horror movies. Where, again, this type of film might have worked better in the 50s, like the first Blob did. But again, audiences were more wanting perhaps serious stuff because of what's going on, the wars, the Vietnam War, everything in between. So it kind of reflects society. Which, I mean, it makes sense that you would want escapism and fun, but maybe people just didn't take this stuff too seriously and thought it was too goofy or too dumb. So it's like, oh, no, but it's The Exorcist, but it's The Omen. 2 years later, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre came out, 74. You had Alien, you had Jaws. Jaws was 75. So 3 years after this. I mean, maybe you could get some fun with the goofy effects. It does seem like you do see more of the Blob in this compared with the original the original film. Why you couldn't just stop? Why you had to swerve in a curve? I don't know, but or just turn. I guess you say he was turning there, but just put on the brake. There's this thing called brake. And you would see it so far away, you would be able to brake. So it's like, what the fuck, man? Even a Doom Buddy, you'd be able to see far ahead and brake. So we're supposed to assume I killed her. She just did this. And then that's it. There's the bowling alley there, where down to our next set piece. That's illegal parking. You can't park there. Okay, yeah, I mean, I'm sure, yes, you can be hesitant that what, something like a creature, but still, if someone on the PA say, hey, something's coming, killing people, I'm still going to be in somewhat of an alert of some way, shape, or form. Of course. Of course, the same guy's been like their enemy throughout the rest of it. Yeah, set up the ice rink. This is how the blobs are did, and obviously kill these guys. Up there you go. Oh, that's kind of a cool shot. And oozing out of that. Up there you go. Yell, scream, say something, shout. Why didn't he say something? Yell, scream, shout, curse. Instead, he just. There you go. Maybe that guy right there. Maybe that guy right there is J.J. Johnston. What happened to the Boy Scoutmaster? Did I just completely miss that part and blank out with the Scoutmaster and stuff? Did I completely miss that stuff? There you go. Yeah, everyone keeps staring. It's already too late. That's kind of a cool looking shot. They have the block come out at the same time through each of the bowling alley portions. Maybe that was a miniature shot. There's a point is Miller time apparently behind him. What did I say, buddy? It's Miller time. Why don't you go up there and find out, dude? Walk right up there and find out. Sheriff, they ain't gonna do shit. Yep. Maybe that wrestler go and body slam the fucking thing. So this is in the first one. It was the movie theater. So here, let it be a bowling alley, another place of public consumption, which it just makes sense for them and their purposes to have an ice rink nearby to find a way to stop the creature. Yeah, do your job and answer the phone. Pick up the phone and fucking find out instead of turning into a fucking 360 circle. Just saying. That was like a fucking balloon that just hit the fucking guy. The fucking balloon just hit the guy. What? Yeah. Just let this guy burn, man. Run from the running jello. Bob, get Bill Cosby. He'll put him to sleep. That's what you need. You need Bill Cosby to put the Blob to sleep. Dread the Blob. The one thing the Blob is afraid of, Bill Cosby. Don't put me to sleep, Mr. Cosby. Please don't. Please don't do it. That might have been one of those drum rolls that it does for the point of view. And they put some slop on it and a camera behind it. Go ahead, cops. Go in there. Have fun. Who's that like fucking kid in a blue shirt or blue sweater just trying to run into the cops? The guy looks like he's stole Mort's costume from Mort and Mindy. There's the rainbow suspenders. I'll be right back. Sorry, I had to do something real quick, but for those who are following along, I'm at 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 36 seconds. And 3, 2, 1, pressing play. Is that chewing tobacco stole? Yeah. How many times now you don't have chewing tobacco advertisements at your ice skating rink? That guy has to be the worst actor, that deputy. The worst actor in the movie. But I don't know about this, man. I don't know. Yeah, let me put my hat down. Just in case. Like, this deputy I don't mind. Who's going through the door. I don't mind him. So I think that guy who went through the door, that's Rodney Tarkington. I believe. He has a good mustache as well. He was in Zebra Force, Death Before Dishonor, The Ice Pirates as Patch. So yeah, that guy's Rodney Tarkington. Yeah, electricity's not going to do anything. It's the cold. It's all about the cold. What's that goofy ass music? Wah 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 wah. What a great way to handle your gun too. Have your finger on the trigger and just do this. It's a great way of handling a gun. Let me have my finger on the trigger and just keep doing this. What's he gonna do? Steal the money? Why do you? And he's like smiling, looking at the camera. Maybe he did steal the money. I don't know. You always blame it on someone else. It wasn't me. You always say that, I guess. Why are you getting closer? Can it swallow this deputy? I gotta make sure I gotta go 2 feet away from it, because apparently guns don't have range. At least they killed the worst actor in the movie. The character, I mean, of course. Worst acted character. Were bulletproof vests like that, where they just were hanging off the hips and stuff? Like it went that low, that looked like an apron. I mean, technically for people, the two black people died first, but one of them's alive. It's the Coca-Cola. They hate Coca-Cola. That'd be fun. Yeah. Well, the AC proved there was a cold. No, of course they can't hear it. Thank God there's a trap door there, because I'm sure there's trap doors everywhere like that. How high is this fucking... I guess he's on the roof of this thing, I guess. A little bit of Tarzan swing there. I hope you close that fucking... Uh, the sealed trap door so Blob doesn't get in. Again, did I miss all the stuff with the Scoutmaster and the all that stuff? Did I just completely zone out of that? Maybe I did. I don't know. I don't know how I did. Maybe I was talking about something else. Damn. Come on, Bobby. Bobby Lupo. Don't let Richie kill you. Don't let Richie do Bobby Lupo. Come on, Bobby. Now do you care, Bobby? You want to have a barbecue. And you're the meat patties. There ain't no avocado sandwiches for you today. The hell? Really? That quickly, huh? That easily? That quickly and that easily. What the hell, man? Oh, there's the scout troop. Yeah, I must have missed it because there's a scout troop there. You know. So you got the lighter for fucking pointless, and now. Thank God with Lolly Daddying long enough for him to do all this. Took him like 80 minutes to finally start a fire. God damn. Of course, now everybody wants to see it. You know what? If you don't do this kind of film, a guy that would have been maybe good for it is Larry Cohen. But then he did that film. It's called The Stuff. The Stuff, speaking of which, is how you do at this early stages with humor and wit. This is how you do it right. Feel like, why are you so harsh on this? I haven't been that harsh, but this is how you do it. The Stuff has wit, has better special effects with his low budgetness, has interesting characters, especially Michael Moriarty. My name is Bo. Anytime they give me money, I always want Bo. Like, that's how you do it. The Stuff. Or, of course, the Blob remake. But, I mean, if you don't have as big of a budget the Blob remake had, so the least likable character lives. Okay. No, I said the other guy was the worst actor, but that character was the least likable character. Uh-oh. What the hell is this boy doing? Why the fuck? Okay, these are two lead characters. You want to hop to it and not take your fucking time? Stepping on the blob? Just saying. Maybe don't take so much fucking time. Why you... I would not be stated on there. Get the fuck off. And away. God damn. Does it have to be on the blob? Like, it can't be like next to it? Or to the side of it? Or in front of it? It has to be on it? Oh, that fucking light's gonna fucking warm up the ice. Was it hundreds of people? Well, didn't this event happen in the 1950s? So wouldn't there be some kind of... That's saying it's like the sequel to the original, but they had the blob. Oh, there you go. You fucking idiots. It is alive. If you had not been standing on the blob and put a fucking light to warm that shit up, and it's going to devour you. And how soon is it going to take till he feels it? And die? You don't know it's any minute now, right? The end, question mark. Well, obviously the sheriff's dead. And there's not even any end credits, wow. So let me look real quick. Like when was that I missed with the Scoutmaster? Let me go back. There's the barber. Let me look back a bit. Let me tell you. I'm at the Van Patten. He's talking about the cracking things. Sorry, I'm looking at checking some stuff. Okay, yeah, that is Sid Haig as an officer. He just had no mustache. I was so used to him having a mustache or facial hair. No, the Scoutmasters you don't see ever again. Like you would think that'd be a scene to show Div Van Patten getting killed off and the kids being scared and going, we need to get the fuck out of Dodge. I guess because when she said look at the campfire and you see what you think are the remains of the campfire kids, you think the kids are dead. I just I didn't even think about that. I was just thinking, okay, campfire, blah blah blah. I guess that was the intention, thinking, oh, the kids got killed, and then the reveal of the kids, oh, they're alive, and well, you already killed the kittens, so I don't care. Fuck them kids, you know. So the movie's pretty awful. It's pretty terrible. But I mean, I'm not a fan of the original Blob. Just like I'm not a fan of this movie. I think they both have their issues. I think they both have their problems. I think they both have their annoyances. And yeah, man. Sorry, answering. Sorry, answered an important email. Sorry, I went. This movie fucking discombobulated me. I don't know. It's not the worst of the worst. It's not. It's not an awful, terrible. It is an awful, terrible movie. What the fuck am I talking about? It's not one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Oh, that's said a lot. I know, but okay. It's at least short, under 90 minutes. You can maybe have some fun with the goofy blob effects. It gets maybe a bit of charm out of it. Maybe if you really, really know this era, maybe you can enjoy some of the cameos. Like, oh, there's Dick Van Patten, there's Burgess Meredith, there's, JR from Dallas. Maybe you can enjoy the goofy nature of the film. But yeah, the movie itself, I just think is a... For the most part, it's really boring. The effects are definitely cheap looking. It's trying for comedy, but it's not that funny. It's not that witty. It's not that clever. I can understand taking a bit of the piss out of the Blob, because the Blob is a very silly concept, but when handled the right way, like this movie, I can't help it. When I look at this film, this was the first Blob I saw. This was the main Blob I saw over and over and over again. To me, it's just a fucking classic. It's a classic movie. It's a classic film. It's probably underrated. And this just dotted the I's and crossed the T's on this. So, yeah, it's just hard for me to get in sync with any other Blob film, especially one that's... The original was pretty boring, and this one, I would say it's not as boring, but it's definitely more goofier and campier. It'd be hard for me to pick which I enjoy more, but yeah, neither one is pretty... Just stick with the Blob from 1988. Or go watch The Stuff by Larry Cohen to see how to do that kind of thing in a low-budget fashion with wit and comedy. The Stuff by Larry Cohen is a much better fit for that. But that's just my opinion. So with that said, thanks once again, DarkMetalSpider, for your kindness. Take care at all, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.